Alright, we have a pretty bad hand. We're going to go ahead and mulligan it. We have no colored mana. It's not the worst. And if I knew I was against something like Stompy, you could consider keeping this. But the matchup's so good, you might as well just mulligan. Now, this has actual Tron, so even if it has no colored mana, we can keep this. Oh, by the way, we're double queuing. Fortunately, my opponent apparently took a phone call, and they're playing win conditionless teachings, so it doesn't really matter. Also, they're playing Relic Progenitus in their teachings deck, and they had 4 flashback cards in their graveyard, and they cracked Relic. So, you know, I'm just gonna take the win over there. We're gonna capsize them out, but this is obviously the primary game. We would like to win this one. What's my opponent on? Okay. My opponent just played a Serrated Arrows in game 2 of their Teachings versus Familiars matchup. So that's cool. Gonna need some colored mana, but, you know, I'll draw colored mana eventually. Prism, off the top. Well, I got 2 sets of Tron, so... Unfortunately, might take a bit. Spreading Seas, sure. I guess their Acid trip, which isn't a playable deck. Also, it's very bad against Tron because I just play a bunch of flickers. So if they suit up one of my lands, I can just ignore it. Oh, I should have gotten Tron. I have blue mana. Wow, that's actually sick. I'm gonna be able to capsize next turn. Oh, I'm just clicking away over here. So if you hear a bunch of clicking, that's me trying to win a game over on the other monitor. I have taken a big hit here. They have the aggro draw with their lone missionaries. Fortunately, they don't have burn spells, so eventually I'll be able to stop combat, presumably. Yep. I can't kick the thing because I don't have a Ursus Tower. It's grayed out, you see. Anyway. Yep. Okay, I guess I'll get Tron and then just hold up mana. I'm going to 5, which is not great. I could capsize their bounce land, but I don't think that's necessary. I suspect it'll be better to just hold off on that. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to counter a bounce spell, like the Core Skyfish or whatever. Dreamstalker, yeah, we'll go ahead and counter that one. And then we can teachings in a turn. I guess I can just teachings now. Screw it. Give myself a flicker. Or a moment's peace, I suppose. I should get that one first, so I don't die next turn. I can always capsize my own thing, if necessary. Stonehorn wouldn't be bad. Moment's peace, sure. I had to use the prohibit, so if they have a counterspell, I guess I die. So I should probably do it upkeep. Go ahead and counterspell. Go ahead and try to avoid them drawing a counterspell, but I suppose I die if they have a actual counterspell. Capital C counterspell. Oh, worked? Sure. Cool. Go ahead. Return a permanent, so I suppose I have to do this now. Yeah, this matchup is terrible for them. Like, I can just ignore half the things they do. They can suit up my shores and stop me from having access to green mana. And if I blank again, I can burn the capsize to, oh, never mind, they're, what? Oh, Seagate Oracle, sure. Okay. Alright, we're looking for prisms, basically. Is our primary thing we're looking for. Extra color mana also works, because now we can flash back, and then, oh, I don't have a tower to play. But, you know, that's fine. This is fine. Because we can go this. If they drew a counterspell, again, we guess we're dead, but, well, I couldn't really do much about that anyway, so. That's a good draw. Alright. I mean, eventually we're going to need to draw a way out of this. A Stonehorn will do fine. Also, how am I 3 minutes up on them when I'm double queuing? What's going on over there, opponent? Alright, whatever. Upkeep, we're gonna Bones Piece. Oh. Needed to press the actual button. I pressed the wrong button instead. What is this? Null Drifter? Alright, I suppose I should do it now. Oh. I have Capsize up. Alright, go. Man. Okay. Double queuing is really difficult. I should never do this. What am I doing? Why do I not just concede this worthless match over on the other monitor? It's because I'm greedy. Greedy, greedy, greedy. That's what I am. Iliad's Pilgrim. Alright, what are they gonna get? Okay, damage is prevented this turn. We got a Reality Acid, which I guess doesn't really matter. Okay, this is fine. Pretty sure I cast a Moment's Peace. It's been a while, my opponent's been slow, and I've been double queuing, so... Let's go ahead and bounce their bounce land to limit their mana development. Hopefully I draw a spell. If I don't draw a spell, but things could get very hairy very quickly. Cool. I guess I have plenty of colored mana now. I guess main facing anything doesn't matter, so I might as well just upkeep. Why did I take the... Oh, I took the upkeep stop off in the other game, and of course it removed it in this game as well. So that's funny. Guess I can just go to combat. Pop this. They found the counter spell. I don't know if I could do anything about it, but they didn't, so it's fine. In turn, I'll flashback teachings. Anyway, alright. I really should focus on this match that actually matters, that I also have a strong advantage in if I don't time out. That's probably what I should prioritize. Alright, end turn. My opponent did not reality acid. So just go ahead and pop this teachings. I don't need to get anything except teachings, right? So let's go ahead and get teachings. Oh, there we go. That makes things a lot easier. Because now I can just get the flicker. And then, or, you know, capsize my own dignitary. Pass. This is really bad for my opponent because I can just bounce the stupid journey now without having to spend 4 more mana on my dignitary. They know about the capsize, so I don't know what they're hoping to accomplish here. My opponent goes reality acid plus bounce thing. I can just eat both enchantments by getting a flicker and flickering them. Flickering both lands. Definitely want to do this first, so I know what I have to work against. I want to auto yield this, and then we'll go ahead and teachings. We'll go ahead and teachings. I guess flicker's fine. Ba-dum-dum-dum-dum. Untap. So my opponent's skipping their combat, which means I can just say, go. Alright, we're now going to try to win this game without having less time than my opponent. Because I don't think they can win in the normal manner. So as long as we can avoid timing out, we'll win the whole match. Alright, if my opponent's doing nothing, I'm just going to start bouncing their lands. Alright, I'm going to burn the flicker. Save myself some mana in the next turn. So as long as I don't draw 2 lands, this is so much better than doing anything else. If I draw 2 lands, then whatever. There we go. Now I get to use all my mana this turn. rather than whatever else I was doing. Oh, wall wins the game, doesn't it? Figure I'll ask, see if somebody wants to save their own time. I do believe my opponent's locked out because they don't have a counterspell. They would have used it by now. So they need 2 counterspells, and then they need enough mana to go off, which seems difficult, especially since I can Condescend. Go ahead and capsize a blue mana. Okay, I need to remember to main phase Flicker. Do it before playing the Prism, just to be efficient. Get my Flicker back. Still have a Reality Acid, right? They should, anyway. I guess they just don't want to play it. They haven't had a good opportunity to play it. It's kind of an ugly draw, but, you know, my opponent's dead, so it doesn't really matter. I can take this stop off now. I don't need to do anything upkeep. Always yield. Okay. I'm just gonna bounce their blue mana. I think I have enough to bounce their remaining blue manas and then hold up Flicker. Yeah, I do. There we go. Now we can just ignore whatever my opponent does and just deck him out. Okay. Alright. I suppose I am dead in my separate match because my opponent in this challenge is just going to waste both of our times. I wish my client would not do this. Alright. Basically, I need to find a horror and then just get their junk gone forever. But I guess I have plenty of time. Plenty of time. Good. I need to find a second wall. That would be helpful. Alright, let's see what we got going on over here. With our draw step. Bam! Alright. Just gonna play some oracles. Scroll this down. I think, yeah, they got one stored up. Whatever. There's the second wall. We did it. Alright. Go ahead and do this. Go ahead and flicker these two and kill the mole drifter down. And flicker these two. Oop, I meant to hit the Stonehorn, but whatever. I've got a moment's peace if I did screw up, but also I have a ground force, so it doesn't matter. I need to concede the other game, whatever. It's just taking too many resources off of my system to do anything about this. Skip combat. Flip this up. Get a fleet of mole drifters. Get a fleet of mole drifters. Bounce the blue manas. Wow, my client is chugging because MTGO is not very well programmed. This is really frustrating way to lose, but that's what I get for playing 2 matches at once. Of course, this wouldn't be a problem if I could have different stops, because I could just take all my stops off in the other game and then time them out, but... I don't think my opponent can attack, even if I don't stop combat, so I should auto yield that. Because I can eat several other creatures, right? take 1. Sure. Now I get to attack with my ground force. Speeds up the clock a little bit. I just conceded the other game, even though I was going to win, because MTGO is such garbage, it can't handle having more than one instance open at once. God forbid. Dumb. Anyway, it's frustrating, but MTGO is crap, and it's been crap, and it's never going to get better. And it's crap in a wide variety of ways. There we go. We found the horror. That's what we wanted. Now I get to nuke a land. Oh, come on! You saw me click it. It asked me for a target. I chose the target, and it's still... Whatever. Stupid garbage. Just complete garbage. Sure, whatever. They can return their fountain. I'm just gonna nuke the Skyfish or nuke the planes. Really frustrated that after, has it been 5 years of version 4? It's still just a sluggish garbage program. I guess I'm going to clear out a whole bunch of stuff here. This will speed up the clock on the ground and also take some time off of my opponent's clock because wow, that's way too big. Why is it so big? Because they have to discard. Even with my client acting up like this, I'm still really far ahead of my opponent on time. I'm gonna have to restart the client because, again, MTGO is crap. Just gonna bounce their colored mana. They're dead if they only play one thing, so that's all I need to bounce. God, my opponent's deck is just old school acid trip. No changes. Just gonna take the damage if they hit me. Chunk ya. They're 40 seconds ahead. Jeez. Alright, reboot the client. I should have made sure the process was closed down, but lazy. Let's hope the client doesn't lag anymore. That'd be nice. Let's hope I can get sideboard. Here we go. I don't need all the moments pieces, but the quicksand's worthless, the gut shot, and the arrows is already gone. Something like this looks fine. Okay. I could put in grudge, but eh. I'll put in grudge when I know they have something that I care about grudging. They're not like Boros where you get the spike artifact lands. Although some builds do play artifact lands to try to support there's some weird card. They used to play artifact lands to prevent Wrench Mine from mono black, but that was never a good idea, and it hasn't been an issue in, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years? When's the last time someone played a Wrench Mine? I guess more moments pieces would be fine, but I don't want to cut anything, so as long as I draw a dignitary, that's good enough. Their removal is enchantment based, so if they journey my Stonehorn, I get to capsize them out. That sounds good. I think pyroblasting a enchanted or a reality acid that has already enchanted something is not good, but let's go ahead and main phase that up. They didn't cycle into turn. I guess they have a bounce land here. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and prism. I have the flicker to eat. Oh, well, this makes my plays very clear. Okay. If they have the acid, I get to go Grotto Go and then own them. Well, I should probably do it main phase, huh? Don't want to get owned by a Dispel plus Core Skyfisher. And this way I hold up Pyroblast. Yeah, Pyroblasting this on the field is not a good idea. Always yield. Always yield. Let's see what we draw. Sure, go ahead. Oh. And I'm ahead on time. They really should have conceded earlier. They're such a slow player that playing that game out was just a huge mistake. Also, Relic, LOL. I get my flicker. Unfortunately for them, I have more time than them, so if they're wasting time on this stupid Relic plan, it's going to end up very bad for them. My opponent's spreading seas, I'll go ahead and counter it. That's fine. I untap. If I draw a blank, I'm just going to play Prism and see what I draw. I could play Oracle, but then I can't hold up Pyroblast, and I don't like that. If I draw another instant, okay, I'm just gonna Prism. If I drew another instant, I might hold up Teachings, whatever that instant was, plus Pyroblast, but I think this is fine. This matchup was even better when I had the bounce land in my deck. If you bounce land a land with a reality acid on it, you feel like you've done something very dirty. Just gonna go ahead and Seagate Oracle. Sig Oracle. Map's good. I'm gonna hold off on that though. I want to be able to crack it the turn I play it in case they have the core Sanctifiers, I think is what it's called. What is this? Mulldrifter? I'm gonna counter that. No reason to let my opponent have a board presence, and also they get to draw more cards. Also, I'm going to win by timeout because my opponent was so insanely stupid to play out that previous game. I'm gonna let this resolve so I can get my Pyroblast back. That'd be pretty funny. Ah, okay. Okay, crack this, get a tower, play a Muldrifter, and hold up Pyroblast. And I get to beat. Beat for 1. Taste it. Drawing the 3rd mine's not great. I'd rather have a duplicate of whatever Tron piece, but I'm gonna counter this. Oh, I don't have a Pyroblast, right. Right. I could have had a Pyroblast, but my opponent tapped the relic. Let's Prism, see what we draw. I can just capsize them, but I kind of want a Teachings plus Flashback Teachings, if and that's an option. Go. Alright, they're not even using Relic. That's good for me. No blocks. I am the aggro. Basically, the more pressure I put on my opponent, the more time they have to use to react, and the less time they have to actually avoid a timeout. Custody Squire. Sure, I don't care. I could condescend that, I just don't care. I don't care what they get back. I don't care that they can... Let's remelt her for sure. Wish it had auto heal. Whatever, doesn't matter. I wish a lot of things about MTGO. 2 blue mana. Resolves. Okay. Alright. I get to start bouncing all my opponent's things. Oh, actually. Because my opponent did not use the stupid relic, which shouldn't be in their deck, I now get to Teachings, bounce their stupid planes, and kill their Dreamstalker. Oh, wow, my opponent really screwed up not conceding game 1. It was such an obvious mistake. Look at how badly they're getting owned because they have to... They didn't use the relic at the end of my turn to eat my map, so they can't eat my Teachings. Because they were low on time. Because they just waited forever to die in game 1. I guess they could do that, huh? Wait, no, now I can just bounce this. Ha! Nice. Now they can't even cast it. Okay. Oops. What's the one that you have to bounce an enchantment? Is that the Drake something? Okay. I guess we get the Muldrifter. I get a Flashback. Teachings. I don't know what I'm getting yet, though. Oh, I can condescend the stupid 5-drop. Nice. And eventually I'll draw a horror and then I'll win the game. I don't even like this play. Yeah, it forces me to use the Teachings, but now they can't exile whatever I want to do. I'm just going to get this condescend. They're not going to play the Custody Squire now, but that's fine. Okay. I won game 1. They have to win 2 games in 3 minutes. I took a loss in the league in my double queue because of this, but they just threw this whole match away for no gain. They gained nothing by throwing the match away, not conceding game 1. Sure. they have exactly counterspell, they get to counter my capsize. Oh. Okay. Not sure how they can afford to board that in, but that's fine. I'm just gonna swing. I can Moment's Peace now, but I'd rather just Moment's Peace in response to their relic tap. Again, we're just trying to time them out here. We can reduce the chances we win this game to vastly increase the chances we win the match. And by vastly increase, I mean 100% increase. How can my opponent kill me in 2 minutes? Even if I just died right here, which I'm not going to. What? Okay. I guess I can just hold back. They didn't even use the relic. Ugh. Sweet. I'm just gonna block. Opponent taps relic, I'll just Moment's Peace. If they don't, then I have food for the relic. And I can cast this Mnemonic Wall. And they have to pop the relic, at which point my wall plus flicker combo works. This is fine. I don't care whatever they get. They know about the Condescend. Crystallization. Jesus. Lone Missionary? Sure. You got it. Go ahead and get my capsize back. Oh. What? Why are they not cracking the thing? Whatever. I got two anti-combat two anti-combat cards, so we're fine. Sure. I get to eat the Lone Missionary so they can hit me for 3 or 4 if they want to lose their Lone Missionary. This is fine. Sure. I don't care about whatever instance they have, so I'm just going to go ahead and capsize my stupid tower. Okay. They get to get it back with his other wall. If they crack the relic, I get to flicker. So, also they can't win in a minute. It was so insanely stupid not to concede game 1. They wasted my time, but they also threw the whole match. Anyway, just take this as a lesson. Make sure you actually have a reason for the things you were doing. There's no reason not to concede unless you think you're going to time your opponent out. And given the pace I play at and the pace they play at, there's no reason they should have thought that. I have a Custody Squire still in their hand. I don't know what this does. I don't care. They know about the flicker. And they know about the Condescend, so... So I can just horror the crystallization. Alright. Whenever I draw that, anyway. Cool. Have fun. What a maroon. I'm just not really pleased about having my opponent intentionally waste my time and also getting really punished for it. Because if my opponent had just conceded, they'd have had a much better chance to win the match, and I could have won that game, that league game. But instead, they're just complete nonsense, garbage. Bam. I dare you to block. You can't. I could be flickering to find horror, or let's go ahead and do that. Because if we find compulsive research, that also kills my opponent, because they can't, because it makes them discard and it makes them discard hand size even more than they already are. Oh, relic. Oh, I should be attacking. Sorry. That was a mistake. I should be attacking to start draining them of time, because they have to declare blockers, or lack thereof. Oh, that actually will time them out. Always yield. Such a stupid play. Maybe I'll time my opponent out, who has clearly demonstrated that they are much faster than I am. Narrator says they didn't. Zero seconds, and they're dead. Easy. Do not continue to play a game that you cannot win unless you are damn sure that you're going to outtime your opponent. I am extremely fast. I demonstrated that I'm extremely fast. I caught up from a time deficit on my opponent, and they still did not concede until they were dead. You have to concede games you can't win on MTGO. There's no benefit there. My opponent lost the entire match and lost game one. Absolutely shameful play. You gotta play better than that. You can't just throw away games like this. Anyway, we're 2-0. Hopefully we won't get horribly unlucky in the next round. Hopefully our opponents won't intentionally waste our time. And hopefully we'll keep on winning and winning and winning and make the top 8 and then win the whole thing.